All right, moving on. Modern Mystical did a video asking really crazy questions, almost like, well, why do you want to support education? Why do you want to support hospitals? And I don't know. And then he's got this attitude too that the rich are miserable, but he somehow thinks that the poor are better off than the rich, which doesn't make much sense. It's like the rich are carrying some huge burden, and we should let the rich have their burden. And even if the poor live in filth and, die prematurely and live horrible lives, they're doing much, much better than the rich who are squandering their privilege. And that's what it comes down to. If the rich are miserable, it's because their psychology is shit. Okay? It's not because it's a burden being rich. I mean, that's just bullshit. I mean, they're just wasting it and squandering it with their own insatiability. And that is a problem for human beings, being insatiable. Yes, we can't get too much, because if we get too much, it's too easy, and we break the whole chase game. We break the little rat maze bullshit. But there is a way to do it where it can be more graceful for all consciousnesses involved, and that's why we do it. We invest in education because it creates productive human beings that will invent solutions to problems and make our lives easier and more enjoyable. It's not all about competition. It's not all about trying to get the upper hand on somebody else. It's part of it is about creating productivity, creating human beings willing to contribute to society and to give of themselves. So that's my answer to his kind of silly question. I think it was kind of silly. All right, almost out of time. Oh, I'm completely fucking out of time. Well, I'll go a little further. What the hell? I'll two-part it, because I'm way over anyway. Because I did want to get to the fake Sagan thing, even though I made 2 videos on it. I'll just, summarize a little more. Because he did say something at the end, like, said, this stupid thing about, don't fear organization, but at the same time he completely maligns it, and uses this maligning and degrading rhetoric, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're setting it up to be something fearful when you call something a cult. You make it a little bit scary. And it's just bullshit. An organization is always going to be tough. It's always going to be hard for human beings to do that right. But to not do it is stupid. I mean, it's idiotic to think you can not put in the effort. I mean, it's all we've got. It really is. It's all we have. There's nothing else. I mean, we either try to make it civilized, or we might as well just blow the planet up. There really aren't 2 choices there. It's either, try to make it elegant and graceful and try to perfect it, or just admit that you're an idiot and we're incompetent and finish the job. But doing it half-ass and halfway that's the biggest failure. I mean, death is less of a failure than that kind of surrender to the circumstance. So I mean, fuck him and that bullshit rhetoric. I mean, we can't always be afraid of fighting for something and trying to organize something and trying to make something happen. And it's just stupid to say, let's just give up and concede that we're only animals and that's all we can ever be is dumb monkeys. No, we can be more than dumb monkeys. So fuck that bullshit. On just so many levels. Fuck it. It's just he's full of shit. So anyway, that's more than enough. I am going to try to do one of those blog TV things, like for 1 hour every day. So, I mean, and I'll mix it up, like do one at 7 o'clock at night and then one at 7 o'clock in the morning, just to do the whole international thing, so I can, do it when some of the foreigners that I like are available or might be available. And we'll just see how it goes. Just an hour here, an hour there, whatever. Not something too consuming of my time, because I really don't have any. And so anyway, that's it. That's happenings in the YouTube atheist community as far as I can see them with incomplete vision. Because it's not that my formula is wrong. It's just that my numbers are wrong. So that's why it's an incomplete what the fuck, and it has been imperfected because I haven't got enough detailed information to do it perfectly. But I can do it approximately close enough to good enough. And that's what I think I attempted to do here. But it may not be good enough, but it is not the fault of the premise itself. It is the construction, it's my interpretation that is flawed. But anyway, all right. Well, anyway, Nate, I'm sorry I kicked you from the room, but you know it didn't matter. I left the room 10 minutes later anyway, so I was going anyway, and I was just so frustrated with the brick wallishness of our interaction. So anyway, appreciate you being there. That's all I'm trying to say.